be in the same pool, and for the purposes of the draw, Edinburgh and Zebra Parma will be grouped with the Welsh clubs. The two Gallagher Premiership qualifiers, Gloucester Rugby and Newcastle Falcons, as well as Connacht Rugby from Ireland, cannot be in the same pool. The Emirates Lions, as well as the two invited clubs, Black Lion and the Toyota Cheetahs, cannot be in the same pool either. Only two of the following clubs can be included in the same pool: Ospreys, Emirates Lions, Edinburgh Rugby and Scarlets. And for the fixtures, clubs will play 4 different opponents home or away during the pool stage, and a limited number of same league matches will be unavoidable. So Vincent, over to you again.
Voilà, nous sommes prêts à commencer. Les boules des clubs seront tirées au sort par Elma Smith et toutes les étapes du tirage seront surveillées par notre scrutateur officiel Simon Thomas, associé du cabinet d'avocats Hutchinson Thomas. Les clubs seront tirés au sort ou placés dans les poules par ordre numérique croissant, poule 1, 2, 3 et ainsi de suite. Si un club ne peut pas être tiré au sort dans une poule en particulier, afin de respecter les principes clés, alors ce club sera placé dans la poule disponible suivante. Le processus reprendra ensuite à partir de la poule dans laquelle le club précédent n'a pas pu être tiré au sort. Elma, peux-tu nous montrer les boules des clubs de l'URC, une par une, et les placer ensuite dans l'urne?
Certainly. First up, Ospreys. From South Africa, Emirates Lions. Edinburgh Rugby. Connacht Rugby. Cardiff Rugby. Scarlets. Dragons RFC. And Zebra Parma.
Peux-tu maintenant nous montrer les boules des deux clubs, des clubs de top 14, il y en a 6, et les placer dans l'urne?
First up, Section Paloise. Usopp. Blue Rugby. Aviron Bayonnais. Montpellier Hérault Rugby. And RC Van.
Peux-tu faire de même pour les boules des deux clubs de Premiership?
First up, Gloucester Rugby. And of course, Newcastle Falcons.
Enfin, Elma, montre-nous les deux boules des clubs invités.
From Georgia, Black Lion. And the Toyota Cheetahs.
Okay, so now we have all 18 club balls in the drum. So Elma, can you please draw the first club, which will automatically go into pool 1?
First up, Cardiff Rugby.
We're underway. Cardiff, go into pool 1.
Montpellier.
Montpellier, they go into pool 2. And to complete the first phase, Emma, the draw, another club.
Van.
And Anati Van, they go into pool 3. So here are the clubs then in their pools as this very early stage, of course. Cardiff Rugby, first club out, they go into pool 1. Montpellier are in pool 2, and RC Van in this competition for the first time in pool 3. Now, keeping in mind the key principles, we will continue by the drawing clubs directly into pools in ascending numerical order or by allocating clubs to available pools. So Emma, can you please draw another one for us, Alma?
Connacht.
Connacht, they go into Pool 1.
Section Pontoise.
Section Paloise lifted the Challenge Cup back in 2000. They go into Pool 2.
Black Lion.
And Black Lion, they go into Pool 3. So a quick recap of what you see there then. We have 6 clubs allocated so far: Cardiff Rugby and Connacht in Pool 1, Montpellier and Section Paloise, they find themselves in Pool 2. Asivan, they join Black Lion in Pool 3. Okay, we're moving forward. So Elma, can you draw another club for us, please?
The Toyota Cheetahs.
The Toyota Cheetahs, they go into Pool 1. One of our 2 invited clubs. Next club is
The Newcastle Falcons.
Newcastle Falcons. They go into Pool 2 to join Section Paloise and Montpellier.
Aviron Bayonnais.
And having your Bayonnais 12th place finish for them in the top 14 this season, they go in to Pool 3. So another recap for you then, and in Pool 1, you see Cardiff Rugby, Connacht and the Toyota Cheetahs. Pool 2, you will find Montpellier, Section Paloise and Newcastle Falcons. And in Pool 3, Aviron Bayonnais has just joined Black Lion and RC Van. Vincent,
Nous en sommes maintenant à la moitié de ce tirage et il nous reste à répartir 3 clubs dans chacune des poules. Elma, peux-tu tirer une boule au sort?
USAP.
Alors, l'USAP va dans la poule 1. Il n'y avait pas encore d'équipe de top 14 dans cette poule.
Dragons RFC.
Dragons RFC, l'équipe galloise, dans la poule 2.
Scarlets.
Les Scarlets, notre équipe galloise, c'est pour la poule 3.
Blue Rugby.
Le Lyon olympique universitaire va dans la poule 1.
Johannesburg's Emirates Lions.
Les Emirates Lions de Johannesburg dans la poule 2.
Edinburgh Rugby.
Les Écossais d'Édimbourg vont dans la poule 3. 3 équipes à tirer.
Zebre Parma.
Les Italiens de Parme dans la poule 1. Les Zebre Parma.
Ospreys.
Les Ospreys dans la poule 2. Et la dernière équipe,
And the last one. Gloucester Rugby.
Gloucester, finaliste la saison dernière dans la poule 3. Alors, les poules, ces 3 poules au complet, donc avec la poule 1, Cardiff qui sera à domicile en 4 finale avec le Connacht, les Cheetahs, les Toyota Cheetahs, l'USAP et le Lyon Olympique Universitaire, ainsi que les Zebre Parma. Dans la poule 2, les 2 clubs de top 14, Montpellier et la section paloise, les Anglais de Newcastle, les Falcons, les Dragons RFC, les Emirates Lions de Johannesburg et les Ospreys. Dans la poule 3, les débutants, les nouveaux venus, le RC Van, ainsi que l'Aviron Bayonnais pour le top 14, le Black Lion de Tbilissi, l'une des 2 équipes invitées, les Scarlets, Edinburgh Rugby et Gloucester Rugby. Nous vous rappelons que durant la phase de poule, les clubs affronteront 4 adversaires différents, à domicile ou à l'extérieur. Les matchs entre des clubs d'une même ligue seront limités au maximum. Le calendrier des matchs avec les dates, horaires, stades et diffuseurs TV sera annoncé dès que possible. Les rencontres seront déterminées à l'aide d'un algorithme qui prendra en compte les restrictions des calendriers des ligues, les restrictions individuelles des clubs, les besoins des diffuseurs en termes de programmation et le résultat du tirage au sort d'aujourd'hui. Sarah, c'est de nouveau à toi.
And as you can see then, the EPCR Challenge Cup pool stage kicks off in December. And after 4 rounds, we go into the knockout stage in early April 2025 with a round of 16, followed by quarterfinals, semi-finals and the 2025 final here in Cardiff, Nghaerdydd at the Principality Stadium on Friday, the 23rd of May. And here's that QR code for you again, so you can buy tickets for the EPCR finals, which I'm sure will be a fantastic weekend of top-class rugby. We're going to take a short break now, but don't go away because we'll be back in just a few minutes with the draw for the Investec Champions Cup pools. Thanks for now to Elma and to our scrutineer, Simon Thomas, and we will see you back here shortly. Access to ticket sales platform, you can scan the A warm welcome back to Cardiff for today's key event ahead of the 2024-25 season. We've completed the draw for the EPCR Challenge Cup pools and we're just about ready to start the draw for the pools in the 2024-25 Investec Champions Cup. To everyone watching on EPCR's official platforms, epcrugby.com and EPCR TV, or via beIN Sports, Super Sports, Flow Rugby, Rugby Rama, or on rugby.it, stay tuned. We're certain to see the draw produce some fascinating matchups involving some of the world's very best elite professional clubs. And a quick reminder that we'll be back here in the Welsh capital next May for the 2025 finals at the iconic Principality Stadium in the city that hosted the very first final back in 1996, 30 seasons ago. Tickets are already selling fast via epcrugby.com for what promises to be another great festival of rugby. So for quick access to ticket sales platform, you can scan the QR code on the screen now with your phone's camera. So, following a record-breaking first season for the Investec Champions Cup, today's draw sets the stage for next season's tournament by separating the 24 elite clubs into 4 pools of 6 and at the same time generating the pool stage matchups. And as a taster for what's to come, feast your eyes on this.
Today
is another important day. But this day belongs to us, and we will fight like our very lives depend on it. This is rugby's definitive test. Nothing is greater, no victory more coveted, no contest more respected. For on these hallowed grounds we stand, with proud hearts, beating as one, and for the many, poised to keep our eyes fixed on the grandest prize. And when we see the banners approaching, let them come, let them bring their armies and their legions. We'll meet them face to face. In the midst and heat of battle, we shall stand together, sound the drums, make the ground shake beneath us, listen to our roar. We shall not sit, rise, and bring the world to its feet. This is where rugby's proven powers clash, where stars are made and champions forged. This is and always will be the one to win.
Okay, without any further ado, we can run through the 24 clubs which have qualified for the Investec Champions Cup. So Vincent, over to you. All yours.
Merci Sarah. Regardons tout d'abord les clubs de top 14 qui cumulent 16 titres des tournois de l'EPCR. Le Stade Toulousain qui détient le record de 6 titres dans le tournoi, récent vainqueur de la dernière finale à Tottenham en mai dernier et de la finale de top 14 vendredi dernier. L'Union Bordeaux-Bègles, le Stade Français Paris, le Stade Rochelet, le RC Toulon, le Racing 92, le Castres Olympique, ainsi que l'ASM Clermont-Auvergne. Voyons ensuite les 8 clubs qualifiés dans la Premiership anglaise. Ils totalisent pas moins de 17 titres des tournois de l'EPCR. Nous avons les Northampton Saints, champions de la Premiership, Bath Rugby, les Sale Sharks, les Saracens, les Bristol Bears, les Harlequins, les Exeter Chiefs et les Leicester Tigers. Enfin, les 8 clubs qualifiés en United Rugby Championship, les Glasgow Warriors qui ont remporté la finale il y a quelques jours face aux Vodacom Bulls, Munster Rugby, Leinster Rugby, finaliste de l'Investec Champions Cup en mai dernier, les DHL Stormers, Ulster Rugby, les Italiens de Benetton Rugby et les Hollywood Bed Sharks qui ont soulevé le trophée de Challenge Cup. Voici l'ensemble des 24 clubs. Sarah, c'est à toi.
So before Vincent and I guide you through the draw, here are the key principles to keep in mind. The 24 clubs will be drawn or allocated into 4 pools of 6. Each pool of 6 will contain 2 clubs from each of the leagues. Clubs from the same URC Shield cannot be in the same pool. Therefore, the Irish qualifiers, Munster Rugby, Leinster Rugby and Ulster Rugby will each be drawn or allocated into separate pools. And similarly, the Vodacom Bulls, DHL Stormers and Hollywood Bets Sharks from South Africa cannot be in the same pool. There will be no matches between clubs from the same league. So in order to create the pool stage fixtures, each club will play 4 matches against 4 different clubs who are not from the same league, either home or away. Clubs will be drawn or allocated into pools in ascending numerical order. So pool 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. If a club cannot be drawn into a pool in accordance with the key principles, then the club will be allocated to the next available pool. And the process will then restart the pool into which the initial club could not be drawn. Also, for the purposes of the draw, the clubs will be divided into 2 tiers, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Tier 1 will consist of the following clubs: Stade Toulousain, the Investec Champions Cup winners and the top 14 winners, Leinster Rugby, the Investec Champions Cup runners-up, Northampton Saints, who triumphed in the Gallagher Premiership final, and Glasgow Warriors, who recently won the URC title in such impressive style. And Tier 2 will consist of the remaining 20 qualified clubs. Okay, so we're ready to get underway, and today's draw will be made by Elma Smith, and everything will be overseen by our official scrutineer, Simon Thomas, who is a partner at Hutchinson Thomas Solicitors. So we're going to start with the 4 Tier 1 clubs. Elma, can you please show us the Tier 1 club balls and place them into the drum for us?
Certainly, Sarah. First up, Stade Toulousain. Northampton Saints. Glasgow Warriors. And of course, Leinster Rugby.
Now we have our 4 club balls in the drum. So Elma, can you please draw the first club, which will automatically go into pool 1?
First up, Stade Toulousain.
Stade Toulousain gets us underway, and they go into pool 1. Elma, can you draw the next?
Leinster Rugby.
Leinster Rugby, they find themselves in pool 2.
Northampton Saints.
Northampton Saints, the Gallagher Premiership champions, they go into pool 3.
And finally, Scotland's Glasgow Warriors.
And Glasgow Warriors, they head into pool 4. So at this very early stage, the pools look like this then. All Tier 1 teams in, and the reigning champions, Stade Toulousain in pool 1. Leinster Rugby head into pool 2. Pool 3 sees Northampton Saints, and Glasgow Warriors are in pool 4. Vincent.
Il nous faut maintenant tirer au sort les 20 clubs restants. Elma, peux-tu nous montrer les boules des clubs de top 14 et les placer dans l'urne?
Union Bordeaux-Bègles. Stade Français. Stade Rochelet. RC Toulon. Racing 92. Castres Olympique. And finally, ASM Clermont en 20.
Ensuite, les boules des clubs de Premiership.
First up, Bath Rugby. Sale Sharks. Saracens. Bristol Bears. Harlequins. Exeter Chiefs. And finally, Leicester Tigers.
Et enfin, les boules des clubs de l'URC.
Certainly. First up, from Pretoria, the Vodacom Bulls. Munster Rugby. DHL Stormers. Ulster Rugby. Benetton Rugby. And finally, the Hollywood Bets Sharks.
Voilà, les boules des 20 clubs restants sont toutes dans l'urne et Elma peut maintenant tirer au sort un premier club.
First up, Union Bordeaux-Bègles.
L'Union Bordeaux-Bègles, récent finaliste du top 14, quart de finaliste en Champions Cup la saison dernière, va dans la poule 1 avec le Stade Toulousain. Donc,
Clermont.
l'ASM Clermont-Auvergne va dans la poule 2 où il retrouvera le Leinster.
Munster Rugby.
Le Munster, 2 fois vainqueur de la Champions Cup 2006-2008, dans la poule 3.
Racing 92.
Et le Racing 92, triple finaliste dans cette compétition dans la poule 4.
Hollywood Bates Sharks.
Les vainqueurs de la dernière édition de la Challenge Cup, les Hollywood Bet Sharks dans la poule 1.
Stade Rochelais.
Le Stade Rochelais, vainqueur en 2022 et 2023 dans la poule 2.
Vodacom Bulls.
Les Bulls, les Sud-Africains, finalistes de l'URC dans la poule 3.
Sale Sharks.
Et les Sharks de Sale, finalistes de la première chip dans la poule 4. À la moitié du tirage, nous avons maintenant tiré 12 clubs au sort, avec dans la poule 1, le Stade Toulousain, l'Union Bordeaux-Bègles et les Hollywood Bet Sharks. Dans la poule 2, comme la saison dernière, le Leinster et le Stade Rochelais sont ensemble et l'ASM Clermont-Auvergne les rejoint. Dans la poule 3, les Saints de Northampton, les champions d'Angleterre, avec le Munster et les Vodacom Bulls. Et enfin, dans la poule 4, les champions en URC Glasgow Warriors avec le Racing 92 et les Sale Sharks. C'est maintenant à Sarah de conclure ce tirage au sort.
That's halfway through the Investec Champions Cup pool draw. So Alma, another club ball, please.
Exeter Chiefs.
Exeter Chiefs, champions back in 2020. They go in to pool 1.
Bristol Bears.
Bristol Bears, they head into pool 2.
Stade Francais.
Stade Francais, two-time French champions, of course. They go in to pool 3.
And the DHL Stormers.
And the DHL Stormers, they go into pool 4. And the next one.
From Italy, Benetton Rugby.
Now, Benetton Rugby, they cannot go into pool 1 because of the key draw principles. So Benetton Rugby, they head in to pool 2.
Leicester Tigers.
Leicester Tigers, they now go into pool 1.
Saracens.
Saracens will head in to pool 3.
Ulster Rugby.
Ulster Rugby, Heineken champs back in 1999. They cannot go into pool 4 because of the key draw principles. So Ulster Rugby, they go into pool 1.
RC Toulon.
RC Toulon, they go into pool 4.
Bath Rugby.
Bath Rugby, they go in to pool 2.
Harlequins.
Harlequins, first time semi-finalists this season. They cannot go into pool 3 because there are already 2 teams from the Gallagher Premiership in that pool. So Harlequins, they will go in to pool 4.
And that leaves Cast Olympique.
Cast Olympique. Challenge Cup runners up a couple of times. They go into pool 3. And now that we have 6 clubs in each of the pools, that completes the draw for next season's Investec Champions Cup. And let's have a look at pool 1. The reigning champions, Stade Toulousain, are in there with the Exeter Chiefs, Union Bordeaux-Bègles, Hollywood Bet Sharks, Leicester Tigers and Ulster Rugby. Pool 2, Leinster Rugby, Clermont-Auvergne, Stade Rochelet, Bristol Bears, Benetton Rugby and Bath Rugby all in Pool 2. Pool 3, you'll find Northampton Saints, Stade Francais Paris, Munster Rugby, Saracens, Vodacom Bulls and Cast Olympique. And then Pool 4 is where you see their Glasgow Warriors, Racing 92, Sale Sharks, DHL Stormers, RC Toulon and Harlequins. And as you can see, the Investec Champions Cup kicks off in December. And after 4 pool stage rounds, we go into the knockout stages in early April 2025 with a round of 16, followed by quarterfinals, semi-finals and the final at the Principality Stadium here in Cardiff on Saturday, the 24th of May. And here's the QR code for you again, so you can buy your tickets for the 2025 Cardiff Finals.
Voilà, les tirages au sort sont maintenant terminés. Merci à Elma Smith et à notre scrutateur Simon Thomas, associé du cabinet chez Hutchinson Thomas. Et merci aux téléspectateurs de nous avoir suivis. Nous vous souhaitons un bel été et avons hâte de vous retrouver pour la reprise des matchs de club. Merci et à bientôt.
And we are all very much looking forward to round 1 of the Investec Champions Cup and the EPCR Challenge Cup in December. For now, though, it's goodbye from Cardiff. Hwyl fawr o Gaerdydd. Diolch am wylio.